Hello everybody, welcome back to my menace. I got my Minecraft wolf pup, Milo Dashie right here, and we're about to read the original manuscript of Milo Dashie along with the actual newer manuscript of Dashie. So, don't you like best? Let's get this started. I'm going to hold it here for a little more support. The daily struggles of my life. I remember the small moments of joy. I often watch shows under my age limit. Look at the perfect world, all the joy and friendship. The world's so colorful. It's right there, so close to my grasp. I reach out to touch it. Just be stopped by my computer screen. I walked to work, it was the same old crap. People came in, got the things and left. Until today, I was just walking across the crumbling, decaying street. Walking is now my second life when I saw a small box on the side of the road. It wasn't crushed or destroyed amongst the littered streets. So I took a look inside. And there she was. My favorite character from my favorite TV show, The Screwballs. Dashie. Hi there. Where did you come from? And when she looked up at me with those big eyes, I kid you not, my heart exploded twice. She didn't respond, but I knew she wouldn't. She was, after all, 3 at the most, and not ready to talk yet. Not ready to talk yet? Hold on. So, what should I do? Should I take her home? Should I call someone? Who would I even call? I honestly only have one choice here. So, I said, come on, Dashie. Let's go home. I took her home. It's been about 3 months since Dashie started to live with me. She's 3 now. I don't know her actual birthday, so I made the day I found her. March 23rd, her birthday. I changed it a little bit in that book. You'll find out when I do the real one. But tonight is when she said it. I just got done tucking in bed when she said it. Good night, Daddy. I love you. For a minute, I didn't know what to say or how to respond, but dang it, I'm gonna say it now because it's true. My heart exploded. Twice. Not only did she call me Daddy, which she has done on occasions, but she said, I love you. I didn't know what to say or how to respond for that matter, but I always remembered what my parents always did to me. So I bent down, kissed her on the forehead, and told her the same thing. Good night, little Dashie. I love you too. I haven't moved for an hour now. My mind is so lost in thought. As previously stated, not only did she call me Daddy, which she's done on occasions, but she said, I love you. I can see why she called me Daddy, seeing as I'm the one who took care of her. But tonight, when she said those 3 words, I know for certain now that I'm her daddy, and quite frankly, I consider her my daughter. I can't believe it. Dashie broke the hard shell I have formed ever since my parents died. This morning, Dashie watched a cartoon on TV. I let her sleep in so she doesn't see the Screwballs TV show. Hold on, I missed a page. No, okay, I don't want to know what will happen if she sees it. Will she still love me if she sees the show? I hope she will still love me. I keep talking like she'll be here forever, but I know she won't. I now got a new job. It pays a lot more than my old one. I told Dashie the news. She was talking about getting a job. I reminded her that I reminded her that she couldn't get a job yet. The look on her face was heartbreaking. So I said, "You know you can mow the lawn. I'll even pay you for it, too, so you can buy your own things." She was so happy when I told her, "Today has to be the worst day of my life. I just came home from work. From, sorry, I just came home from grocery shopping. When I left, Dashie was asleep. But when I came home, she was in front of the TV, watching the screwballs. My mouth fell open. I dropped the keys. They hit the floor. Tears came from her eyes. She said, "How long? How long do you know about this? How long have you known about this?" Dashie, no. The first thing that entered my mind was, "Way to go, dum-dum, you really screwed up this time." Then I said, "I have to find her. I have to bring her home." After I cleared my mind, I did something I haven't done in a long time. I walked to the old tree where I often sat and thought after school. When I got to the tree, I said, "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry." When I heard someone, thought I heard someone walking through the bushes. It was Dashie. She sat right beside me and said, "I heard you, and I'm sorry too." I said, "Dashie, you have nothing to be sorry for. This is my fault. It's as simple as that." "Dad, do you still love me?" Sobbing, I said, "Dashie, I will always love you, no matter what. I still love you. Not even a small fight such as ours can ever change that." Sobbing, Dashie said, "I love you, Daddy." As we hugged, I said, "And I love you too, my little Dashie. I love you too." And that's actually where I stopped writing on the first manuscript. So I'm going to tell you the original story, Dashie. I'm going to tell you how this had. You can probably see some moisture right here. I rolled down my face. This story is so dear to my heart. I feel like I actually lived this part. I wrote this so many times, so many versions. I even considered learning different languages to write this in that language. But this is seriously breaking my heart, just reading the story. So before I break down and sob my eyes out until I'm blind, I can't see anymore, I'm going to tell you the original story, Dashie, and then after I post the video, then I'll allow myself to sob myself to blindness and possibly to sleep. So, having my little Dashie right here. Now, she's not the Dashie from the story, but I named her in honor of the story. So, as I hold on to... sorry, I got this whoop up when I was younger. So, as I hold on to my Minecraft whoop up, which is awesome, I'm going to continue the story. Okay, to the original version. The daily struggles of my life. I outnumber the small moments of joy I really have. I have to watch shows under my age limit, look at the perfect world, all the joy and friendship. It's right there, a colorful, smiley world. Every time I see the screwballs on a TV show or a fan website, I often recoil a bit at the bright, colorful lights, sounds, and smiling faces coming from all the friends. Especially Dashie, my all-time favorite. It's right there. The peace and tranquility, it's right there. So close to my grasp. I reach out to touch it, only to be stopped by my computer screen. I live every day, one day at a time. Most of the days are uneventful. Every here and there, something new and exciting will happen. I'll meet an old friend. I'll find $1 on the ground. I'll be chased by a stray dog. But most of the days are uneventful. My life falls into the same routine. I wake up, take a shower, go to work, take a lunch break, work some more, come home, then bum around until it's time to go to bed. Sometimes I watch the Screwballs or My Little Pony or something along those lines on TV, just to get a taste of some peace and joy. But those feelings are momentarily and end as soon as the end credits show. Until today, I saw a small box on the side of the road. I was just walking across the crumbling, decaying streets. When I'm sad, I walk. When I'm happy, which I never am, I walk. And when I really don't feel like walking, I walk. So, in a sense, I guess you could say walking is my second life. That all changed this morning. Or changed this afternoon. I saw the box on the side of the road. It didn't stand out or hold any significance apart from the fact of it not being crushed or destroyed, so I passed right by it. I went home and started to play video games, but I couldn't get much pleasure out of it. Usually it gives me a little bit, but there's just something about that box. That dang box. What's so important about a stupid box? It wouldn't let me get the thought on my mind every time I tried to think, and it still went to that gosh dang box. Oh my gosh, I thought. I put down my game controller, put on my coat, and walked back toward the box. It was getting late, so I turned on my phone flashlight. Saw the box again. Stupid box, and I kicked it. I felt some resistance. I opened the box to see what was inside. Imagine my shock when I looked inside and I saw my favorite character from my favorite TV show, The Screwballs. It was Dashie. I couldn't believe it. I don't think I smiled like that in years. How could this happen? How could Dashie be in my horrible, disgusting, terrible, depressing world? She woke up, and I kid you not, when she looked up at me with those big, beautiful eyes, my heart exploded. Twice. Hey there. Where did you come from? She didn't answer me at first, but I knew she wouldn't. She was, after all, 2 at the most, and she was never going to talk yet. But this leaves me with a problem. What the heck should I do? Should I take her home? Should I call someone? And then again, who the heck would I even call? I could just imagine how that would go down. Hey, yeah, my name is Brian Dash, yeah. I found a small little 2-year-old girl named Dashie. Oh, yeah, she came from a cartoon show. I don't know who left her. She apparently comes from some kid's cartoon show on TV, yeah. Crazy, right? Yeah, totally, yeah. And, yeah, so I want to take her home, and, I know that's illegal. Could you just, like, look over it? I could just imagine how that would turn out. One surefire way, all expense paid trip to the loony bin, along with my rights for all eternity. I'd be considered insane. And honestly, maybe I am insane. I mean, seriously, a cartoon girl. Just happened to be my favorite one. The daughter I always wanted. In my world, in my horrible, disgusting, terrible, ugly life. But hey, it's something new, and it helps cure my depression. So I didn't think about it. I simply shrugged and said, "Come on, Dashie. We're going home." We just managed to get inside before it got too late. I didn't want to keep her there past 12. I count that the streets are not that safe at night, along with Hell's Angels. Possibly one of the most disgusting, perverted idiots in the entire world. After I got her inside, I decided it's time for us to go to bed. After all, it was past 12 and she was still 2 at the most. Not to mention, I woke her up when I tried to kick the box. So I tried to make a bed for her out of an old mattress and box spring. It did not look comfortable, so I tried it out for her. And actually, turned out I was right. It was not. And I didn't want to sleep in bed just to tell her she can't. So I decided to do the next best thing. I slept on the couch and held her in my arms. Good night, Dashie. It's been about a few months since Dashie started living here. She's 3 now. I didn't know her actual birthday, but I decided to make the day I found her, March 23rd, her birthday. And considering she was already 2 before I found her, I decided on that day I'd make her 3, so we celebrated 3 missed birthdays. But tonight is when she said it. I just got done tucking her into bed when she said those magic words. Good night, Daddy. I love you. For a minute, I didn't know what to say or how to respond, but dang it, I'm gonna say now it's because it's true. My heart exploded twice. Not only did she call me daddy, which she's done on occasion, but she said, "I love you." I didn't know what to do, but I remember what my parents always did to me. So I leaned down, I kissed her on the forehead, and told her the same thing. Good night, little Dashie. I love you too. I haven't moved for an hour now. My mind is so lost in thought. As I previously stated, not only did she call me daddy, which she's done on occasions, but she said, "I love you." Now, I can see why she called me daddy, seeing as I'm the one who took care of her. But tonight, when she said those 3 words, I know for certain now that I'm her daddy, and quite frankly, I consider her my daughter. I can't believe it. Dashie broke the hard shell I've formed ever since my parents died, and now she's giving me something more precious, more special, and something I thought I'd never say. A daughter. It's not easy raising a daughter. I never thought it would, but raising one from a cartoon show that no one could see or even know about is even harder. I try to get her to watch TV or play games with me inside where it's safe. But if I leave to get a drink or use the bathroom and I come back to an empty board, I look around the house and I always see her at the big window looking outside. She wants to go outside. She wants fresh air. I don't usually take her outside. I'm not worried that she'd be seen by passerbys. After all, I live on a dead-end street. Most of the houses are vacant and abandoned, left to nothing more than looters or robbers or vagabonds. Thankfully, my house hasn't been broken in yet, probably because I'm the only person that lives on that street. I'm worried that she'll feel the freedom and run and I want to come back. I know it's foolish, but it's just how I feel. Now, I know she wants to go outside, and I'm going to take her outside eventually, but it's hard. But I know for a fact I can't keep her locked up inside for the rest of her life. Look at me. I'm talking like she'll be here forever, but I know she won't. I don't know when or how, but sooner or later I know she'll go back to her world, whether it's just quick poof and she's gone, or by some other means. Deep in my heart, I hope that never happens, but in my mind, I know that day will come. All I can do is enjoy the time I have left with my little Dashie. Finally, the day came. I took her outside, and she wanted to see how fast she could run. She ran so fast, as fast she could. There was a sonic boom. I couldn't believe it. Now, the sonic boom did somehow, how it happened, did break windows and set off car alarms in the next county from how fast she was running. That was one of her powers that made her part of the team, the Screwballs. She could run faster than anyone else could, which made her that much special. But due to the property damage and the car alarm set off, we got out of there before anyone got to the park to investigate. Thankfully, none of my windows were broken. And the next day must have been one of the best days of my entire life. I mean, I got a new job. It pays a lot more than my old one. I told Dashie the good news. She was so excited. She even talked about getting a job. I told her that she was too young to get a job and laughed. She was moping afterwards. Holy crap. I'm terrible. I just laughed at my daughter for being different. I apologized for hours profusely after that. And even though she said it was okay, that she thought it was kind of funny, I knew she was lying. I mean, the look on her face said it all. So I said, hey, you know Dashie? You know what you could do? How about you mow the lawn? It needs a good mow. I'll modify the lawnmower tomorrow so you can use it. And I'll tell you what, I'll even pay you for it so you can get your own things. True, I'll have to buy them for you, but hey, at least you'll be able to say you worked for something. She was so happy when I told her. So, true to my word, tomorrow I'll modify a lawnmower for her to use. It's been a few days since Dashie's been working at her job. She's been sleeping more because she's more tired now. However, today's the day when she just had to wake up early when I wasn't home. Today has to be the worst day of my life. More so than when my parents died. I just got home from grocery shopping. I laid the groceries on the counter and said, Dashie, I'm home. I walked into the living room and said, Dashie, where are you? I froze. She was in front of the TV watching that show. That gosh dang show. I dropped my house keys. They hit the floor with a clink. Oh, great. If she didn't know I was home already, she sure as heck knew I was home then. And she looked at me with those big eyes. Tears. It made my heart explode twice again, but not in a good way. She looked up with me and said, How long did you know about this? I didn't say anything. How could I even answer that? Oh no, this is not how I wanted to find out, I thought. My thoughts were quickly interrupted when she practically yelled at me. This was the first time she ever raised her voice to me. How long have you known about this? I said, Dashie, I I didn't mean. No! No! She yelled. She went upstairs and she slammed her door with a big kaplump. The first thing that came through my mind was, oh, way to go, dum-dum, you really messed up this time. So I gave her a little bit of time to herself. Then I went to her door and began to knock. Dashie? Hey, Dashie, you there? Dashie? Dashie, I know you're mad. I'm coming in, okay? I opened the door and walked inside. She wasn't there. Her window was open, and a lot of her most valuables were missing, including a picture of us that she kept on her dresser. She ran off. I can't say I blame her. I really did screw up. I just hope that she's safe and that she's happy. And if she isn't, I hope she stays away from all other people. After she left, I did something I haven't done in a long time. I went for a walk. It's been 3 days since Dashie left. I've been walking most of that time. By chance today, I thought about that old tree I used to sit at. So I walked there. I sat underneath the tree. I said, I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Part of a branch pushed from behind me. It was Dashie. I didn't even look up. She just walked over and sat beside me. We sat there in silence when she said, I heard you. And I'm sorry too. I said, Dashie, you have nothing to be sorry for. This is my fault. It's as simple as that. Dad, do you still love me? I replied with, of course, Dashie. I've always loved you. I will always love you. I still love you. No matter what. Not even a small fight such as ours can ever change that. I love you, Daddy. And I love you too, my little Dashie. We sat there together, embracing, hugging. I never want to let go, and judging by the way she hugged me back, she felt the same. That's when she said, Dad, can we go home now? I need a shower bad. We both laughed. I said, of course, Dashie. Come on, let's head home. We began to walk home together. I knew that she was smart, and she knew she was real, not a made-up character from a kid's TV show. But that's when a sneaking suspicion got into my mind. I don't know why or how I feel this way, but I can tell that our time together is coming to an end, and soon. I just hope I won't be too disappointed when that time comes to pass. Later, a few days later, her birthday was coming up. So, I bought her tickets to the MV 500. True, I have to disguise her as a normal girl and disguise myself since I know people I know would be there, and they know I'm not married and don't have a daughter, to their knowledge. So we'd have to be in disguise and pretend to be different people. Not to mention, it'd be a little awkward. I'm only 25. Then again, maybe I can just say she's my niece. But it wouldn't matter anyway. On her birthday, my heart broke again for the 100th time. Even writing this, I feel the pain inside my heart. I looked, trying to find a jacket to wear to the MV500. I knew it was going to be a little chilly. That's when I heard a knock on the front door. Dashie, go to your room, I said. She ran upstairs and slammed her door. I opened the front door, and I saw all of her friends. Dinky, Derpy, Ditsy, and of course her two best friends, Screwball and Miss Diamond, and Applesauce. I stood aside and let them in. Leading the cavalry was, oh no, great, Kitsune Kitsune, the princess of the realm. I'm surprised. Why? I know who you all are. Princess Kitsune Kitsune said. Then you must also know why we're here. I said, I know you're all stupid characters from a kid's TV show, then yeah. Although why you're here, I have no idea. Excuse me, sir, Applesauce said. But we were told that Dashie would be here. I said, oh, Dashie. Yeah, she's upstairs in her room. Huh? Yes. My little Dashie's in her room. Ha ha! Your little Dashie, Miss Diamond said. Well, my, aren't we friendly with her already? I wanted to punch her so hard right then. The way she responded. Friendly? That's not even the beginning of it. I think it's up to you idiots, or should I say Screwball, to explain to me about what the heck you did. Yes, of course, Mr. Kitsune said. My student, I know who she is already, just cut to the chase. As you wish, sir, she said, a little annoyed, but I didn't care, I just wanted the truth. She told me how there was a big tornado that formed, and they thought Dashie running in the opposite direction could disperse the wind, knowing how fast she could run. But a lightning bolt came out and struck her, and it being a magical world, it didn't cause death, but it did transport her to my world. That's where I heard something upstairs. It was Dashie. Dad? Daddy, is everything alright? My heart froze. Everyone looked at me. Applesauce was the first to speak. Pardon me, Sir Q, but did I just hear Dashie call you Dad? Do you care to explain? Princess Kitsune said. Well, when I found her, she was just 3 years old. It must have been the magic bolt you told me about that transported this world. She's been living with me for quite a while. How long? 15 years. Maybe even longer. She's 20 now. So if I find her when I was 2, that's... Oh my goodness. That's 19 years. Or, I guess, 18 years. I think I know why she called you Dad. Dad? Is everything alright? Yeah, Dashie, I'm coming up. We need to have a talk. I borrowed downstairs. Dashie! Dinky said. Hey, get away from me! You don't remember me. do you? No, or any of you, I said beside her. Dashie, they're all your friends, and it's time for you to go with them. What do you mean? What's going to happen to me? Princess Kitsune said, well, it's quite simple, you see. She turned to her student, Screwball. Screwy, do you remember the spell I taught you to transport us back home? Yes, and also how to alter memories. Yes, do that. I knew what that meant. She's gonna erase her memories, or take away the parts of me and her together, or start from new. But I had to tell her a few things before she left. So I said, no, please wait. Just give me one moment with her, please. That's all I ask since last time we'll see each other. Princess Kitsune complied. Okay, but please make it fast. I kneeled in front of her as she sat in my chair, and I said, Dashie, my little Dashie, I love you with all my heart. You have done wonders to open me up for the man I once was. These 15 years we had together, talking, playing, flying, all those have been so special to me. You have done so much for me. You brought me so much joy in my life. I could never possibly ever thank you for it all. These 15 years we had together have been the best of my life. Or 18 years we've been together has been the best of my life. I just want you to know that I will forever love you. If there's ever a problem and you need me, don't hesitate to find a way to get me. Okay? She answered with a, do I have to go, Daddy? I hugged her and said, it's your actual home, Dashie. You don't belong here. But I belong here with you, she said. You have no friends or no one else apart from me to relate to. I was only taking care of you until this time would come, but I never thought it'd be this painful. She replied with, I love you, Daddy. And I love you too, my little Dashie. Are you ready to go? Wait a minute. Let me get something. She ran upstairs and got a box. I guess it was all of her prized possessions. I hoped that there was a picture of us in there too. Sorry, but you can't take anything with you. I'm not. I'm giving it to my dad. She handed it to me and said, this is for you, Daddy. I love you. The portal opened and they all went through. She glanced one last time at me. I said, goodbye, Dashie. I love you too. And she jumped through the portal and it closed. After me just standing there, I looked around and found out all the pictures I had of us hanging around the house were gone. I opened the box. Oddly enough, the pictures I took of her and put in the scrapbook were still there, along with a note. I read it. It was in Dashie's handwriting and said, Dear Dad, thank you for putting up with me all these years. Thank you for raising me the best of your ability for a world that was not meant to house me, even though I was a bit stubborn at times and short with you with others. Even though I know you already know this, I thought you'd like a written version of it now to tell you it was all real. I love you, Daddy. You did a darn good job of raising me. You helped shape me into the woman I am today. You're awesome, Dad. I love you. Your little daughter always. Your little Dashie forever. Dashie. But now, Daddy, I need you more than ever. What? I read the note again to make sure I didn't misread anything. I didn't. I looked at the back of the note, and there's more things written there. The portal will stay open for 2 weeks in our time, which, to my knowledge, will give you about 1 or 2 months to decide, due to the time lapse. After our 2 weeks here is up, the portal will close forever. The last 2 weeks I'll spend at the river. I won't remember why, but I will remember it's important. After that 2 weeks are up, I will not return to the river again, except to hang out with my friends. Please know that I don't blame you if you want to come or stay, but please know in 2 weeks' time the portal will close, with you in our world or with you there, and none of us will ever be able to see you again. Again, I don't blame you if you want to stay in your world, but I would be so joyful if you would come and spend your life in my world, where we could be together forever. Dashie. Well, I didn't think twice. I wrote a note that said, "Hey, my life is horrible. I'm going to end it all. I'm going to go to a better place. See ya." And I ran through the portal and jumped through. I saw a little girl, the same size she was when she was like 8 or 9 years old, sitting by the river. I walked over and said, "Hey there, do you know where Dashie's at?" Her eyes lit up and she turned around. "Daddy?" "Yes, Dashie, it's me. We can be together, for real this time." She hugged me. "Will the princess try to take you away again?" "I don't know, but I'd love to see her try." The end. That's the end of book 1 of My Little Dashie. Please, get we're to call Queen Caesar's door at I think it's I can't remember the number, but call Queen City Service and Door Company. They may call themselves Queen, but they do work fit for a king. Call Queen City and Door at 417-753-4488. Again, call Queen City at 417-753-4488. Thank you for watching, everyone. And good night, and of course remember to look to the shadows, because this was a strange one. Grandpa? How? Ow! Keep your eyes peeled up there, because the madness never ends. And of course, if you want to visit me, do not worry, because I won't call for the fish addiction. Keep your eyes peeled out there, because this world's a strange one. And I'll see you all next time in the next video. Thank you for watching, everyone, and good night.